Feeling hot, hot, hot.
HOTTAKES. We're gonna do some hot takes.
We asked our Discord to send hot takes. Last night at 9:40 p.m. Eastern, approximately, I sent a message saying, "At everyone, submit hot takes for a segment on the show for Monday. We will grade your hot takes." And immediately, within seconds, Cart, Dougie Tutter responded with a Jeremy Fears hot take. So this is what we have. Third segment today. We will grade every single hot take that our Discord members submitted. Once again, join the Discord. It's the number one way to support the show. That money goes directly to us and our team, allows us to work with cool people like Ryan Hammer, Tanner McGrath, Jay Mann, allows us to pay our production team, and you get your fingerprints all over the show. You get to hear your comments every single day, as you heard earlier in the program. But sometimes we do fun stuff like this, like a hot take segment, which you're about to hear right now. We'll go one by one through each of these. And how do you want to do the scale for this? We've graded everything on a scale from numbers to letters to colors to entrees. How do you want to do the grading scale for this?
1 to 10.
10 being we like it the most, and 1 being we hate it.
Yep.
Is this we like it, or is this it's likely to come true? Because those are two very different things.
I like it weighted. I like it weighted 75% we like it, 25% it could happen.
Okay. All right. That feels fair to me. Starting with this. Dougie Tutter. Jeremy
One.
Jeremy
Uh,
Fears is a 37% three-point shooter and wins Defensive Player of the Year.
okay, we're gonna walk through this. We're gonna jog through this
Hold
actually.
my hand.
I'm gonna hold your hand. This was just a percentage number.
Just a
He
percentage.
he could not shoot them.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't he close to this number last year?
I think so. Maybe in Big Ten play at
Jeremy
least.
Fears shot 34% from three last year. He
Okay.
shot 39% from three in conference play.
All right. So that could happen. Defensive player of the year, that I think that might be a step too far. I think to be like defensive player of the year at the point guard spot, you got to be like truly on some havoc stuff. And also, I think the Big Ten's a little bit fatigued in giving the point guard award the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. Like Ace Baldwin's not here anymore. I do think Michigan State will have a good defense again, obviously being who they are. But I would rate this hot take like a 6.
It's a 9.2. I think it's
9.2.
I think it's likely to happen. It's just hot enough with the defensive player of the year thing. But yeah, my expectation for Fears is basically first team all defense and a slightly better shooting season than last year. The shooting numbers are basically already there. As we said, it's not about attempts. Now, if he said like 4 attempts a game, I'd be like, no way. But
Mm.
37% seems likely on low volume, and defensive player of the year is not that much of a stretch. It's 9.2.
I like to round up to 7.4.
It's a 9.2. Tristan Freeman says the only Big Ten league wins Rutgers and Penn State get next season are against each other.
Ooh. Um, that's ignoring Rutgers lore though. Rutgers might beat Purdue next season. I'm
Right,
like that's part of that's Big Ten heritage right there.
right. Yeah, that's a take from a guy that doesn't know Big Ten basketball clearly. Unfortunately, as fun as that take is, that's a 1.1 because it's not going to happen. One of those teams will steal one somewhere against the gauntlet that is the Big Ten.
I'd have to agree with you on that.
Regress says Washington's talent wins out over coaching concerns and personality issues. They finish top three in the Big Ten and get a double bye to the
Woo!
Big Ten tournament.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Top three card. That's saying Danny Sprinkle is going to finish ahead of at least one of Matt Painter, Dusty May, Tom Izzo.
Listen, I think that Sprinkle has done some great things this summer and with this team, and I do think Washington is going to be better, obviously, than maybe people think, right? But Greg, they finished what? Second to last or dead last in the Big Ten last year?
Way down there.
Way down there. To jump all the way up to third over some good teams that I think are in the Big Ten this year. You have Purdue, you have UCLA, you have Michigan, you have Michigan State, Illinois. Or I mean, even Wisconsin and, th and teams like that. I just I have to give this. I'll give it a two because it's bold, but I think there's no way it happens.
All right. I might be being a generous judge right now. I'm gonna give this a 7.5.
What?
If Washington's roster was given to Mick Cronin or Dana Altman, or I think even Eric Musselman right now, I think they would be picked third in the league.
Really?
I think they have a better roster than UCLA, who is currently being picked third in the league. I really do. It's
Oh,
just that Sprinkle was so bad last year. I still don't think it's going to happen because I'm also picking UCLA ahead of them. But I like the reasoning behind it. I'm giving it a 7.5.
all right. Okay. That's fine.
Our grades do not have to be the same, by the way. You're
Okay.
allowed to grade.
Okay. I'd like to go two then.
Yeah, we're giving two grades here. D Crump says the ACC will have more one seeds than any conference. Duke and Louisville.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and walk through this axis. They will have more one seeds. Mm, no, I don't think that happens.
I
No.
don't think the Big Ten's getting two. The Big 12 is a better league, but it's really only Houston I would bet to be a one seed. The
Big East
SEC, I
out.
see no one seeds right now.
Big East.
It's more likely that the ACC gets one and that like UConn, Houston, and Purdue all get one.
Hmm.
But I like this take. I think it's logistically logical that Duke and Louisville are both elite and get one seeds and like UConn doesn't or something. So, you know what?
Oh no, don't do it.
I'm going to give this my first perfect score.
Wow.
I think this is a perfect hot take. We asked for hot takes, and I think this had original thought and real logic behind it. This is a 10 out of 10.
8.9.
It's a 10 out of 10 take. The Pat Signal says Michael Brown wins ACC Player of the Year, and Pat Kelsey goes back to back Coach of the Year.
If they win the conference, which they can,
This is so dumb.
best player, best team, this gets my first perfect score. 10.
You're doing a bit at this point, and Pat Signal doesn't realize it. They're not going to sweep everything. They're not going to sweep Player of the Year, Team, and Coach of the Year. They're just not. That's so rare. Like, unless they are 6 games better than Duke. But I think even in this world we imagine they win, they're not 6 games better than Duke. So it's hard. Like we've seen voter fatigue before. It's hard for a coach to win Coach of the Year twice in a row. I think one of these could be true. I don't think it's both. I'm giving this a 1.7.
Ooh, ouch.
It's just pure propaganda, and I can't believe you're rewarding it, to be honest.
Sorry.
I'm just saying. Pat Signal says Kentucky never clicks. They finished seventh again in a worse SEC, and Otega always draft stock goes down.
0. 0.
Total zero?
Total 0. All that happens?
I mean, basically, they just finished seventh, and Otega's draft stock hurts a little bit. It's not that crazy. It's what they did last year. It's basically making
SEC was better last year.
is basically making Otega be Jackson Robinson.
SEC is better last year.
Cover your ears for a second. Kentucky was better last year. You're
I
good.
think I read your lips right. Did you say something who was better last year?
Kentucky was better last year. Yeah, the SEC was better because Kentucky was also part of it, and they were better.
You said Kentucky was better last year.
Then this year, yes. What they became, not coming into the preseason, we didn't have them like pick 10th, but yeah, I think what their team was last season is better than I think this year's team will be. Yeah.
I I just disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, I disagree.
I don't know what to do with it. I'm giving it a 5.1, because I don't think Otega's draft stock goes down, but
1.
5.1. Coleman Spurner says Michigan State misses the tournament for the first time in 28 years.
A 1. Tom Izzo's just not gonna miss it. Honestly, it's not even up to him. They won't let us.
Can you clip your reaction to that for the no context account? Because you literally looked like your screen froze for a second, and then you were just so disgusted you had to shake it off. Uh,
We're untouchable when it comes to doing that. We will forever make it. There won't be a year where we miss it.
yep. Until you do,
Right.
because
Until we and it's
all
fun.
things come to an end.
It's fun. We did it 4 years ago. I said it. I said they were gonna miss it 3 years ago. I said they're gonna miss it like they're just not. They
I'm
are
giving it a
unequivocally
1.5.
not.
Yeah, if we hadn't had last year and if you didn't like make the tournament all of those other four shitty seasons, I would like this take because I think this roster's not very good. But it's a 1.5. Izzo's going to make the tournament until further notice. M. Lofton says Elliot Cadeau will lead the Big Ten in assists.
So I don't think this happens,
Braden Fears Dent Cadeau.
but it's
All the big
hot. It's
names.
hot. And he could average a lot of assists, don't get me wrong. But um it's hot and I respect it. I just don't think it happens, unfortunately. So I'll go ahead and wait it. I'll give this a 4.
I'm going to give this a 2.2. And I'd also like the historians that watch this program to note that I've always kept it real and unbiased with my views on my point guard. Have I not? Like, I haven't swung in the wrong direction this summer. And I want my flowers for that. The buzz I'm hearing behind the scenes is that he hasn't impressed all that much. So if I
No
was
way,
hearing
really?
he's killing it, but
Color me shocked.
yeah, aren't we stunned, really? UConn 99 says Caravan will be the first off the bench in March. UConn fan predicting Caravan to the bench?
What do you do? Kill someone?
Who took his spot? They're not playing two bigs, are they?
No. There's abs like I should I go in the channel and say I'm gonna have a six pack since we can say things that'll never ever happen?
I think it's a 0.3. I think it's a really, really weak hot take.
0.1.
Yeah, not great. Tristan Freeman says Indiana and Iowa will have more combined Big Ten wins than Michigan State and USC. This is
Indiana,
asking us to do math.
Indiana and Iowa.
We'll have more combined wins than Michigan State and USC. That's hard because I think USC is going to stink. So,
Hmm.
like, it does weight down Michigan State, and I think Iowa and Indiana are both going to be in the middle. I think that's true, but I hated the format of this hot take so much. I'm giving it a 4.4.
Yeah, I think there's a very real world where it happens given USC and then obviously Michigan State will, saying wait and see. I feel like Iowa and Indiana will be two middling packed teams that'll find a way to each win like 7 games at least. And then yeah, so carry the two. I'd say I'd give that take a 3.
I gave it a 4.4, largely because I didn't like the format. If I'm just hitting it, I think it'd be like an 8, but whatever. Melba says the national title winner will be a school that has never won one before. I like this format.
Mm. I don't think that.
BYU,
Oh yeah.
Purdue, think Alabama would be in there.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple other in like the top 10 that we're not thinking of, I feel like.
St. John's has won one, right? Yeah.
I'm not sure. St. John's
Houston
might be in the
has.
group that we get. Houston has not.
They have not won a national championship?
No,
Akeem never won one?
no.
Oh.
I'll
No, I
fact
think
check
Houston
this,
did.
but
I
I
think
swear we
Houston.
did this. The team that you're thinking of got far but did not win it. Yeah. Multiple Final Fours has never won the title. So
Oh, so Houston's in there
you
too.
get Houston, Purdue, and BYU.
I like taking I like taking those odds.
I'm gonna give
That's
it a I'm gonna give it a 9.0 because I think it's being presented as a little hotter than it actually is when you get the two best teams in the sport. But I think it's gonna happen and it's original 9.0 hot take.
9-5 from me.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. B. Fulmer, Florida finishes outside the top three in the SEC.
Outside the top 3. Is that hot?
They're definitely preseason ranked up there.
I know, but that's That's to me, that's not as hot as I think it wants to come across to be.
Okay. I
You know,
disagree, I think, but okay.
little championship hangover, two new guards.
Basically, if one of the two guards is bad, I think they're cooked. I don't like the
Yeah,
way they built the roster.
yeah. So I'm gonna give this, because I think there's a world where it happens. It's semi high. I'll give this like a 6. I'm not gonna do it. A 6-6.
I'll give it a 6-7.
6,
Yeah, I'll
7.
give it no, I give it an 8.8. I like the take. I don't think it's as likely as Cart's making it seem. I think it's pretty hot. And I think it actually comes true too. So closer than you would think to maybe a perfect 10 for me, but I'll give you an 8.8. Okay, next on the list is sorry, I lost my spot for a second here. UConn 99 says UConn will have the highest 3-point percentage made at the end of the season.
Highest 3-point percentage made.
Statistically very improbable. There's a lot of teams.
So for that reason, I feel like it's got to be below 5.
It's
Also,
hot,
oh, it's hot. Yeah, right.
but I don't think it is gonna happen. So I gotta give it a 2.5.
Maybe he means high major.
No.
Still doesn't happen, probably. Yeah. 3.2.
Tristan Freeman says St. John's ends up in the 8-9 game in the NCAA tournament. Hoo hoo. That's
10.
hot. I think that's a 10 too. I think that's a
10.
perfect 10.
10. There is some fall apart ability to this Isaiah from NYC.
Yeah, don't they feel like the team every year that like when the bracketology comes out, we're like, damn, they put them in the 8-9 game and then they lose by like 24 to Duke.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
I like that shout. B. Fulmer says Ian Jackson is not that bad. We're not even gonna grade that one, but I appreciate the humor at going at Riley with that a little bit. Huey 24 says Iowa ends up in the bottom four of the Big Ten and Sturt struggles.
Bottom four of the Big Ten. So there's some stinky teams at the bottom.
This might be the number one take I want to see happen, just to see how Jim Root handles that
That would be
after
funny.
all that happened this week, but
I mean,
seems unlikely.
this is piping. Given this is piping. I'll give this, just because of trying to go out there, I'll give this a 7-2, but I don't think it happens.
But you think it could happen if you're giving it a 7?
It's Ben McCollum.
Yeah. You know what? I like that. I'm gonna take your grade too. 7.2. I don't think it's gonna happen either, but I think it's not that crazy. You drew the cut line at the right point. There's three really bad Big Ten teams, and then Iowa might be in that next mix. So I like that. I'm selling Iowa a little bit. Regress says hottest take of all, Matt Painter gets ejected, and Braden Smith gets his first ever triple double as a result.
What?
Well, because Paint can't sub him out at the end of games.
That's true. I do think Payne gets ejected this year.
Do you?
Yeah.
For what? Being too honest?
No, I don't know. He'll get ejected at the rack or something, or Breslin Center. He will get ejected this year. You can bank on that. So
I
that's
don't think so. I don't think that happens.
okay. Braden will not get it. Braden will leave Purdue without a triple double.
I'm starting to think it too, and I'm really sad about it. But
It's stupid because he should be able to get one.
and they added more stuff to this team, so it's gonna be harder too. Like he's not gonna get the rebounds with Clough anymore. So yep. I'll give that a 0 regress because neither one of those is gonna happen. By Bins says Michigan leads the country in rebounding.
Yeah, I mean, really good front court, really good rebounders in that front court. 8-1.
I can't be mad at the take. I think they are very good at rebounding. So yeah, 9.0. And then Illinois finishes top 10 in tempo.
Is that their effing identity?
It could be. Last year they were 17th in tempo with Kasparis Cart. The year before 66th. The year before 58th. Let me just make sure. I don't believe Brad Underwood's ever had a top 10 tempo.
I don't think he has. And also, I'm looking at this line. I just don't think a team with the personnel they have is going to be top 10 tempo. I don't think this is hot. There's not a world where it happens. I give this a 1.4.
It can't happen if both the Avisages are playing.
I don't think it's going to happen if Mirkovic is playing.
It would need to, or Pumrick
Yeah,
House.
like that's the
Yeah.
personnel. It's not there.
I think you're right. I'll give that a 2.2 though, because it's so out there that it has me thinking. And I don't know if that's what Bybin's intended, but it's what I'm doing. Augie says the concerns about fit for Michigan prove true. They become a clunky disaster and finish seventh in the Big Ten behind Purdue, Illinois, Michigan State, Wisconsin, UCLA, and Oregon.
10.
Well, that take would come false if everything about it was true, but Indiana beat out Oregon for sixth. So very statistically improbable. For that reason, I have to give it a 0.
Yeah, no, I don't. I Okay. Can I ask you this quickly? The fall apart for Michigan, like everything goes not to plan. What does that look like? Like fifth in the Big Ten, sixth?
11th.
Oh, you think like the floor is that
Dude,
low?
I am a lot lower on this Michigan team's floor than I think most people think I am. Like I simultaneously think the ceiling's pretty high, but I'm not out here running around being like it can't miss. Like it absolutely can miss. Merez could pout and quit the team midseason. Cadeau may stink, and Mara may be the 7'3" Cadeau. So I don't know. I have no idea. I like to think that the other stuff they have kind of smoothens it out because I still believe in Kaysen and Namari Burnett's really good. And I don't know. The Axel's really like there is a high floor here, but I don't know. There's a world where they're just last year's version of Indiana, but with a really good coach. And that's why I don't think it can bottom out that hard, is because I think Dusty's really good, right? Like, what does bottoming out mean for a Dusty team after how the last 4 years have gone?
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair given what you've seen. But that take, I just don't think I'd give it like a 4. I don't see it.
Give it like I mean, I do think it could be clunky and fit kills them. Seventh? Honestly, that's not bottoming out too far. So I'll give it like a 6, 6.5. Jay Hart says Michigan finishes top four in the Big Ten. Yaxel doesn't make first or second team all Big Ten, though. Kind of like a negative correlation take here. Michigan's really good, but Yaxel isn't.
Ooh, Jay Hart.
Jay Hart with the creativity here.
Okay, I like this. I kind of like this take. I don't know, but I feel like he finds his way onto at least a second team All Big Ten though, their top four. But I like this. I like how it's brought forward. I'm gonna give this a 7-9.
Someone from Michigan would have to make first or second team, though, if they're going to finish top four. You know? And like what's the pitch? Is it Merez and not Yaxel?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to. Like,
Well, yeah, you could be Michigan State, I guess,
yeah,
but
you don't have to.
I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. I think it's possible. I don't think Yaxel's can't miss by any means. So interesting take. All right. Bin says Big Ten finishes as the number one conference in Ken Pom. I think that's probably somewhat likely, even if we think the
Yeah,
Big 12's better.
yeah, I'll give 4.
Because the bottom of the Big Ten is so much stronger than the Big 12.
Yeah, 4.
I give it a 5 because I don't think that's that hot, and I think it comes true. Jay Hart says neither Iowa or Indiana finished in the top half of the Big Ten. Both missed the tournament. 2 bad years for 2 new coaches.
That's not completely out of the realm, is it?
I think it would be hot to say both don't hit. So I like the spice of it, and I think it's possible.
I'm gonna give this a 9.6.
9.5. Jay Hart. I like the take. Play Big Ten champ Cohen at the 4. Jace Richardson gets into it with AJ Hoggard at grind week after busting his ass. They need to be separated. Jace does his best Draymond Green impression, says, "You don't belong here. They don't love you like that." AJ leaves grind week after the scrimmage.
10.
That's a 0. No one would ever kick AJ Hoggard out of the Michigan State facilities.
I would.
No one on staff would. T Staffy says UCLA fails to make the tournament and Mick Cronin is fired. That's hot.
That's nastily hot.
That is, oh my gosh, I need some AC hot. But I also kind of like it being put into existence.
That would be some scenes.
I don't think it's going to happen, so I got to go low here, but I love this take. I'm going to give this a 3.3.
I'm gonna go 5 because I'm picturing a world where it happens. That would be a fun year.
Dreadhead Dev Royal King says Tennessee wins the national championship and Rick Barnes retires. Forever a Nike guy.
2.
Yeah, I can't see Tennessee winning the title, so it's a 0.7 for me, but I like the creativity. Ulamog gave us a golf and a football one.
Huh?
You know what, Ulamog? We're going to do something we very rarely do on this program. Who do you think you are, Ulamog?
Whoa.
This was very clearly for a segment. It's a college basketball hot takes thing. Ulamog, the only interactions I've seen recently from you in the Discord are you shitting on Booby. Just sending every single Booby graphic being like, this sucks, you spelled this wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. What are you doing, Ulamog? What are you doing? Right now you're the only person out of the entire Discord that can't seem to follow directions, Ulamog. So, Ulamog, I love you, but I'm not gonna read your non-basketball related hot takes.
Whoa. Where do you get off?
Do I need to read them?
No, please don't.
It's not the comments. We don't have to read every single one of these.
I figured you were skipping some along the way.
Rec Frost says Purdue, Michigan, and Illinois all finish outside the top four in the Big Ten. That's hot.
Did all of them do?
And also, I think impossible, right? There's no way all three of those teams aren't top four.
Yeah, 0. That's the worst take I've seen.
What would a top four even look like? Michigan State, Iowa, UCLA, Oregon?
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't feel good.
0.
I'm going to give it a 0.8. Good originality, but can't happen. Dreadhead Devereaux the King says we should not read this one.
No,
You know the
God.
one it is?
No, because I don't even know where you put this prompt at.
It's technically basketball related.
What is it?
Brian Ralph is laid off by Basket under review, causing his children to beg for a return to sleepers by mid-March.
No, he's too good. They're not gonna lay him
It's
off.
a zero
0.
point 0. The Ralph report is only stock up, and yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Go Brian Ralph. Go Basket under review. The Pat Signal says Kentucky's offense finishes outside the top 25 because they can't shoot. Jalen Lowe thinks Pope is Jeff Capels. FYI, Michigan State was 25 last season. I don't understand what this is doing.
Yeah, how do I don't know how to break this down.
Oh, it's using Michigan State as an example, saying they were almost outside the top 25, even though being really good because they can't shoot.
I don't like this.
I
1
think
7.
I think Kentucky can shoot. I'm gonna give that a 0.5. How do you balance the Pat Signal simultaneously loving you with him trying to get you to shit on Kentucky every day?
Yeah, well, he doesn't understand that I look, the way I rep the L's is different. And I rep the L's for the love of the L's. It's not because I hate Kentucky.
Very true. Ulamog with another one that is playing off of what Dreadhead Dev Royal to King just said. This is the last one I'm going to read in this series. A lot of people started firing jokes off at this. This is the last one. Ulamog said Basket under review is live golf and sleepers is the PGA. I think in this metaphor, we would be the live golf though.
Yeah, I'd like to be live.
Yeah, Basket under review is like, I feel like, I don't know, like prop has a better team, honestly, than us.
Yeah, maybe they are live.
Like they got Scotty, don't
They
they?
got yeah, they got Scotty.
Yeah, and we are a bunch of Sergio Garcias.
Right. Yeah, Phil Mickelson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which, yeah, yeah, that's a good comp. Okay, both can exist, by the way. Both can coexist, folks. Everybody breathe. Stop this. We love Brian Ralph, and Bastion Review does great work. Okay. Bin says Bogavats leads UNC in scoring.
Pogovac leads UNC in scoring.
Yep.
Uh, Oof. That's not as hot as I've seen, honestly, because I'm kind of high on Luca. I think he actually might lead them. So a 4, just 'cause I don't think it's that hot.
I'm gonna give it a 2.8 because I think both Trimble and Caleb Wilson will score more than not my Luca.
Mm.
Bins. Malik Renew, first team all ACC.
In basketball,
in basketball.
0,
He's always been a Renew truther, I feel like.
0.4.
I'll give it a 1.1. Somebody from Miami's probably going to be good. Why not Renew?
Yeah, why not?
What if, honestly, dude, looking back on it, what if all of the Woodson disciples end up awesome this year?
Like
Couldn't you see a world where Renew, Mbako, and
Miles
Miles
Rice.
Rice all like save their careers and are awesome this year?
Yeah, oh, that'd be tough for Woody
It could happen.
and Fife.
Could happen. Bybin says Creighton misses the tournament.
That's no 0.0. Stop, Greg,
I
before you
like
do.
it. I like it a
Stop.
lot.
Oh,
I like it a lot. In fact, I'm going there. This is my second perfect score take. This is a 10.0 because nobody sees it coming. They are built around two Iowa guys that missed the tournament last year. Owen Freeman always quits on his team. He'll probably sign an NIL deal with Duke for next season by February. Greg McDermott is actively talking about retiring. There's a lot of ominous bullshit here. All we need is Blake Harper to not be good, and Carter's the only person on earth who thinks Blake Harper's good right now. So I'm taking a 10 out of 10 for Bins on that take.
shameful.
Bins says Doctor does not leave the Discord. That's hot.
That is hot. But I don't think Indiana will be bad enough for him to leave.
I'm gonna give that a 9.0.
Yeah, I'll get a 9.4.
Burner says Greg, take another leave of absence from the Discord. That's likely and not very hot.
Yeah, so 0.
Give it a 4. I'll try not to do that this year. More Izzo skepticism. Dame says Tom Izzo finally misses the tournament and then retires.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Indiana fans?
I would.
It'd be good for a lot of other Big Ten schools and teams. I will say that. 1.4.
Nothing would appease me more than seeing Tom Izzo go out on the bottom, but that won't happen. So 0. What's that face for?
I didn't like the way that was formed.
Ethan Woody says Alabama wins the SEC. Oats ball could happen.
I think it could happen, and this is actually pretty. I give this a 8.1.
It's a good take.
Yeah,
I think it's a 9.4. It's a good take. Oates is just really, really good. And even if we
yeah.
don't like the roster, he'll probably overachieve. Sully says Auburn with Todd Pettiford, Abdul Bashir, and Keyshawn Hall ends up a disaster, and they're on the bubble heading into conference tournament.
I think it could very much happen. The makeup of this team, the makeup of their coach, his focuses currently. Um,
Todd Pettiford's troubles. I think
yeah,
honestly, the more we talk through the SEC has a lot of question marks this
they
year.
do. I might 9.7 this hot take.
I'm gonna 9.6 it. I like it. I think it's a really good take, Sully. Melba says Purdue gets Dieblered again in Columbus, and Ohio State signs him to a 5-year extension. The rest of the Big Ten rejoices.
That is going to happen.
That is the third perfect 10 I've given out.
That is going to happen.
Diebler's gonna go like 17 and 13 and get a contract extension because he beat Purdue.
Again
Again and again and again. The
and again.
Pat Signal says Louisville goes undefeated in the big time non conference games Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, Arkansas, Baylor. Pat Signal, you're being a little bit of a one trick pony right now. We get it. You're a Louisville fan.
Yeah,
We get it.
you're embarrassing us right now.
I got to give that a 2.2.
Not grading that.
That's wow. And you call this guy the Louisville guy, Pat Signal. He won't even acknowledge you.
We got to be better.
War Chant says the Big Ten will fail to win the national title for the 26th consecutive year. Doesn't seem all that hot.
Yeah, it's likely that happens.
It is likely. Give it a 3.3.
2.4.
3.3. Jay Hart says multiple West Coast teams finish top 4. Multiple.
Like in the Big Ten?
2 of Oregon, UCLA, Washington, and USC. I have 3 of them in my top 7. Jay Hart, I think we found another good take, Jay Hart.
8.4.
I'm giving that a 9.2. How
Jay Hart.
fatigued are you of this format?
I'm really wondering when these are going to end.
Remember, you're the one who chose the format. War Chant says the
Dog, how
Illini.
many submissions did we get?
A lot. We have a great community that wants to be involved in the show when we actually let them. War Chant says the Illini will be wildly inconsistent, but very consistent in owning Greg. Merez punches Big T or Big Z in the game in Champaign and is ejected.
Ooh, did get ejected in U19. I'll give this a 6-7.
I'll give it a 6.3. Uh, Before the ejection, that would have been a 9 for me. I do think
Oh,
Illinois beats Michigan and is wildly inconsistent outside of that. Whew, whoop, 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 whoop. What else we got? Let's see. Oh, Doctor propaganda. Indiana makes the Elite Eight in year one under DeVries. Indiana returns to the college football playoff under Sig and makes the semifinals. Illinois has one player deported. Kentucky is lower than a 3 seed in March. Purdue doesn't win a single championship. Do you want to do all those together? Or do you want to do them separate?
as a total, because it's so out of pocket, I'll round up to a 2. I don't think any of it happens though, so 2.1.
Indiana Elite Eight under DeVries gets a 1.1. Indiana College Football Playoff under Sig makes the semifinals 9.2. I like that take. Illinois one player deported is hilarious. I'll give it a 5 just for humor. Kentucky lower than a 3 seed in March seems likely to me, so I'll give it a 4. Purdue doesn't win a single championship. Way too hot. Not going to happen. 0.5. Sir Cam, I love hot dogs. Says Peterson, DeBanza, Boozer all make first team All American.
All of them?
All of them.
I like this.
Smith and Toppin would presumably be the other two, but it's doable, isn't it?
It's very doable. Like, oh, they got to beat out Otega Oweh.
It's hot, but I like it.
It's a 10 for me.
What about Michael, though, your ACC Player of the Year?
Well,
How's Boozer on first team All American?
that's another freshman. So 10.
I, I think you're not mathing this correctly, but 9.9. Almost a perfect take for me
Why?
because I don't think it actually happens, but it's close. It's a really good take. Painters Petting Zoo alumni says Oscar Clough leads the Big Ten in field goal percentage.
I should, well, I don't know. Is he gonna be shooting threes or shooting little push shots or something like that?
Probably just
Um,
layups.
there's a world where this happens. It's not super hot. I give it like a 4 or 5.
I'll give it a 5.5. Could happen. Eric NJ Boiler had a football one and then said, did it have to be about basketball? Yes, it does. I'm holding you to the Ulamog rule. Let's see here. Sid says in January, there will be a Sleeper's Body Language PhD segment about Big Z. Zvonimir Ivisic.
I don't think it's gonna happen because his body is just naturally and always in weird positions.
It's a 9.5 for me. It would have been a 10 if you said in December because it's going to be earlier than
Oh,
January.
really?
Yeah, for sure. Cheese King 512 said Nebraska and Northwestern finish in the top half of the Big Ten and both make the tournament.
Nebraska?
Yep.
One, it was hot, so I'll go 2 for the hotness. 2-7.
I'm going to give it a 1.5. I don't think it's likely. Car, we're in the home stretch. Probably 10 more left. Jay Meisner says Tunde leads Baylor to the tournament and they make a Sweet 16.
I'm not mad at that for real. I'm higher on Baylor than others, so I'll give that a 8,
You
8,
ha
6.
had me until you said Sweet 16. I'm giving it a 3.3. I like the take, though. Tunde is going to be great. Rye Sparty says Cohen Carr shoots 34% from three.
You can book that. It's not that hot. Um, 3.2.
5.0. I have no idea what to do with Cohen Carr shooting. Sure. Why not? Tommy Deuce says Tom Izzo wins a national championship and dies on the court.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is getting dark and weird.
Yeah, I don't feel right doing this. Wow, man. 6-4.
Okay, but you, how far would you go for a national championship?
It's not even about me. The thing is, I feel like if we asked Tom straight up, I think he would choose to win and die on the court.
Who's the person closest to you in your personal life that you would sacrifice for a Michigan State basketball national championship?
Probably anyone outside of immediate family.
You'd sacrifice me?
Hmm.
Like I'm gone. Good luck with all the sleeper stuff. Greg's gone.
Yeah. Do I get to choose who they beat?
Like Murph grows up fatherless so that you could see Jackson Kohler cut down nets.
Yes.
Crazy. I gave the Izzo national title part 4.2 and the die on the court part of 0. Don't joke about death. Derek says multiple UCLA players make all Big Ten teams, but neither is Donovan Dent. Ooh.
So is that like you're saying Daly and Bildow and
Daly,
Booker?
Billadau.
Aaron Booker?
Yeah, I mean, that would
Mhm.
have to be right.
I don't think there's a word. This is a 0.4.
I don't think Billadau will. So I got to give it a 2, 2.0. Because I wanted to get there creatively, but I don't see the vision. Derek, tell me what you mean by that. All Hail the Pope says Kentucky will win the regular season title in SEC. We will win it by beating Florida in the last game of the year at Rupp. Could
It's
happen.
hot. It's hot. JQ's healthy by then, maybe. Yeah. I'll give this a 7-1.
It could happen. I'll give it a 6.2. If it does happen, I would like to see Todd Golden have like a petty moment in the handshake line. I think
Mm.
Todd Golden's gonna like finger point at Denzel Aberdeen on the
And
way
then
through the handshake line.
Aberystwyth's gonna hit that.
Yeah, one of those. Quentin says Lamar Wilkerson shoots 45% from three on over 7 attempts a game.
Oh my God.
So he's just the best shooter in college basketball history immediately.
1.4.
We give that a 1.2. Quentin says Purdue doesn't finish top three in the Big Ten. Braden Smith looks like he hates it at Purdue. Purdue goes on another 4 game losing streak again this year.
Jesus, man.
Just love the way it's, yeah, another 4 game losing streak again.
Yeah, like Indiana's basketball heritage the last 5 years has been 4 game losing streaks.
That's a 0. That's a negative 1.1. Braden Smith loves it at Purdue.
Yeah, that's 0.
Crazy. Then we got a bunch of Purdue and Indiana fans fighting, including
Oh,
Maybach Matt, who I think is new. And that's the end of the segment.
are you sure it is?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just saw one come in, but
No, it's just Indiana and Purdue fans fighting. I feel like we should end this segment with you and I both giving one of our own hot takes, Cart. And then I'll grade yours, you grade mine.
okay. You chilly?
I'm freezing.
Yeah, it's cold in my basement too. I was thinking about throwing it on the space heater. My hot take this year is that Jackson Kohler wins the rebounding title in the Big Ten.
I think that's a 9.2 take.
Thank you.
It's a good take.
Thank you.
My hot take is we get publicly banned from a program. Like
10,
a team says we have banned Sleepers Media from all communications with us.
10,
And it's probably Illinois.
10, 10.